In case you have not heard, women are being massively essayed in Ozoro Delta State. This is the same vicinity where Southern Delta University is located. Now, they are massively essaying women in Ozoro because of a particular festival that they are having, where any woman that is found outside in that vicinity, she will be essayed.
If a culture requires women to be violated, then it's not culture.
The tradition that dehumanizes men. Where is the tradition that normalizes cutting off men's private parts when they decide to take it upon themselves to take advantage of women and children by raping them? Where is the tradition that emasculates men? But there's a whole bunch of traditions in Africa specifically that dehumanizes women every single time. Fortunately, women around the world are going through it. But you see, like women from the Middle East and women from Africa specifically, I always feel sorry for them because they are not even identified as human beings. They are not even looked at as human beings. They are looked at as objects. We're looked at as objects and animals that can just easily be taken advantage of. Because what is this? What type of rubbish tradition is this? And it's like, I still get shocked because when I woke up this morning and I saw this stuff trending and I'm like, okay, let me open the comments as I normally do. The men were applauding this, literally encouraging it. And they told you guys to stay inside the house now. They told you guys to stay inside the house now. What are you doing outside? Really? What if that was your sister? What if that was your mother? What if that was your daughter? No empathy whatsoever. And the worst part about it is the police that's supposed to be on an arrest spree, arresting those maggots, arresting those barbaric human beings, managed to respond to somebody on Twitter and still sexualize their response. Do you see the times that we are living in? Do you see what women have to deal with on a daily? The police that's supposed to protect still managed to sexualize their response to the situation on Twitter for the world to see. I said they have no regard for women's lives. No single regard at all. So this, whatever useless tradition this is, it prohibits women from coming out of the house for a period of time. And you thought that whoever the upholders of these traditions, the downfall of women, and it's so unfortunate, is, I will always say, is culture and it's tradition. Culture and tradition was made to dehumanize women. That's it, because there is no culture and there is no tradition that protects women. There is none. There is none. There's literally none. Because some women decided not to partake in the tradition, they're leaving their house, they're walking. It gives you guys the right to attack her. It gives you guys the right to undress her. It gives you guys the right to grape her.
I've been seeing something about the Ozoro Festival, Ozoro Festival of Delta State. I don't know what that is. But as at last night, I was retweeting this on my Twitter because I was seeing how women were reporting assault. Say if you come out as a woman around 12 noon, say men are permitted to grape you. Say men are permitted to assault you. I never heard this festival before. I never heard this festival before for Delta State, but a lot of women have been tweeting and saying they are molesting people in my locality, nobody's doing anything. They are molesting people in my community, nobody's doing anything. They are molesting people in my school, nobody's doing anything. There's so many tweets, I can attach them here. Wait till they happen, Nigeria. Ministry of Women Affairs, what is happening? NAPTIP, what is happening? Please, which kind of barbaric festival is going on in Nigeria to the point that, okay, if now your mama come out around 12 noon, una go assault her? If now your sister come out around 12 noon, dear men, una go assault her? What is happening? Why to knock woman na una issue? Why to knock woman na una problem? Una won't collect her by force. What is the issue? Dear men of Ozoro of Delta State, what is the issue? Well, when they go about they grape, waiting they happen. Waiting they happen. I'm calling on NAPTIP. I'm tagging the UN women to this tweet. I'm tagging the Nigerian government. Make una do something about them.
Broad daylight in the city of Ozoro, Delta State. Girls, this is not one person. Multiple girls were harassed. I'm not just talking about the normal harassment. You know the harassment that I'm talking about. They were essayed in Ozoro. You understand? I saw the videos and it was really, really traumatizing. I think some of the girls, they tore their clothes, like their breasts were out. And these boys were pressing their breasts. And this is not one person. These boys were like up to 15, if not more than 15. They chased these girls. First of all, they didn't care as this girl is running, if she's going to fall and something will happen to her. I'm even hearing news that 2 of them lost their lives. 2 girls lost their lives. And it's something we should applaud, all in the name of a festival. Now, let me tell you, there is nobody that can tell you this story better than me because I'm somebody who was born and brought up in Ozoro. I live in Ozoro. I was born and brought up in the city of Ozoro. I've experienced this festival all my life, and it has never happened like this before. This is what happened when horny people who have been waiting for a moment to commit atrocities, finally get that moment. This is what happened. And sadly, sorry to say, right, a lot of men, if you are given the chance to actually grape a lady, many of you will take that chance. The only thing holding a lot of you from graping a lady is law. Is law and the fear of being persecuted. If there were no law, a lot of you men would grape ladies, because that video was enough evidence that many men who look innocent, you have the mindset to grape a lady if you have the chance. Because what you people did in those videos in Ozoro, is more than grape. Do you know what it means? You traumatized this lady. You didn't just traumatize her. You people disgrace this lady all in the name of festival. I have lived in Ozoro all my life. I've never seen this festival happen like this before.
Yesterday, I saw something that was just horrifying. It made me sick to my stomach. I was so sad. The so-called festival in Ozoro, where women were being publicly harassed and violated with people watching. And I was just thinking, in 2026, women are still not safe just to exist in public in 2026. This is wild. Now, let me say this clearly. This is not culture. You can't humiliate and abuse women under the guise of culture. The problem isn't just the people who did it. It's the environment that allowed it. Because how are we here as a nation in 2026? Why will this happen and some people are acting as if it's a normal thing? As a nation, this just can't be where we are in 2026. Women deserve to be protected. Women deserve dignity always. This shouldn't be allowed to happen again. Such a custom is just repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. If this is really the custom, or do we just have a bunch of wild animals hijacking the culture and the custom, raping women under the guise of a so-called festival? Women are human beings too. They deserve to be treated with respect, dignity, and they deserve to be protected. No woman should ever have to go through something so horrific under any circumstances, under the guise of culture or custom or some sort of tradition. Culture is not an excuse, period.